9:28 right now. Today, Pope Francis wrapping up his trip to the United States. He's had a jam-packed week. He has a lot to do before 8 o'clock Eastern tonight when he leaves America. He did not forget to take time for children and babies, to bless them, give them kisses. For the babies and their families, the papal kisses will likely become one of the best moments of their lives. Gosh. One more meeting and one final Mass is all that the Pope has left on his schedule as he wraps up his trip to the U.S. But before that sermon, the Pope was able to squeeze in actually a lot of laughs. He showed a sense of humor last night that was just awesome. And Lynette has that for us. I mean, the Pope breaking out a mother-in-law joke. Come on.
I'll tell you what, there have been so many moments. People have been asking me, what's been your favorite moment so far? And I can't really pick a moment. There's been so much to talk about. Can you feel the excitement? I hope you can hear me because I can't hear a thing. Can you hear the excitement? Look at this. They got the performance going on already in that sanctuary. That was the stage last night. You've got all of these people. They brought their own guitars. They're singing in the streets. They're praying in the streets. There are some protesters in the streets as well. We're talking about everybody and anybody wanting to come down to the streets of Philadelphia to be a part of this. Now, last night at the Festival of Families, I want to remind people that this is really why the Pope is here in the United States. He came here for the World Meeting of Families, and the festival had just some amazing entertainment. What was so fantastic that the Pope went out on stage to watch before he was introduced. He was enjoying it so much. One of the highlights, a 14-year-old boy who wowed the audience, and Pope Francis.
That right there was truly the voice of an angel. But then he whispered in my ear that he loved the movie Ted. I told him that was not appropriate for a boy of his age. Holy Father, please forgive me.
That's Mark Wahlberg. He was the MC for the night. Okay, now obviously Pope Francis has a great sense of humor too, right? We've been talking about that. He had some fun with the audience after giving an impassioned message about the role of family and marriage.
Ustedes me pueden decir,
Some of you might say, of course,
Padre,
Father,
usted habla así porque es soltero.
you speak like that because you're not married.
Soltero means a bachelor, so he knows, he gets it. He says he knows that plates sometimes fly in families, so he certainly understands that. Okay, let's talk Pope Mania. I want to show you this guy who shaved his head in the image of the Pope. But listen to this, he's not even Catholic. He just really likes the Pope, so he shaved his head. And yes, people are also dressing their babies like popes, and they're dressing their puppies like popes in papal attire. It's quite a sight to see. One of the things we've been talking about is the fact that not everybody is Catholic that is compelled to come down here. A lot of different religions are represented. The Pope has been able to bring together people of all faiths, people of all cultures, people of all generations. That's really what it's about. It's not just about the 70 million Catholics in the United States that he represents and that he leads. Every stop we've gone to in Washington, D.C., we found KTLA viewers and LA folks that wanted to talk with us. In New York City, we found people from Los Angeles, the kid from Cerritos. We found him. People are all over. People are feeling inspired to come out here. And look who came out here inspired by our stories. This is Crystal Garcia. She works on the assignment desk. And you were sending me text messages saying, oh my gosh, I love that story. And then you went and bought a ticket to Philadelphia. You had no tickets to anything here, but you bought a ticket just to be part of it. Crystal, why?
I was just really inspired by the Pope. I was watching everything and I just felt like this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And he's in America, and yeah, he's not in LA, but he's as close as he's ever been to us. So I bought the ticket.
You got all your pennies together because I know you, and I know that you're on a budget. So you got all your little pennies together just to come out here. And then last night, you had a ticket to nothing, and somebody comes up to you, and what happened?
So I was standing in line to get through security to get into this area, and a man turned around and asked me if I wanted tickets to the Festival of Families last night, and of course I jumped on them and I was able to get into even further to get closer to the Pope.
how close?
I actually didn't get that close because at that point I had already waited to see him go through the Papal Parade. So I had seen him already, so I was satisfied. And so I walked up to the Ben Franklin Parkway, which goes all the way up, and there were a lot of big monitors to watch him. It was just really far up, and I was
Here,
so
you're
excited.
part of it, right?
Yes,
You're
yes,
part
yes,
of it.
Yes, it was electric. I mean, you don't have to be all the way up there to just feel everybody just in awe of this man. He's so inspiring. He's inspired me, not just as a Catholic, but as a human, like you said, and it's something I'll never forget.
A good trip.
A good trip.
High five.
Money well spent.
Okay. We're going to stay here throughout the day and try to get as much as we can to bring you on KTLA, KTLA.com. After this, the Pope does go back to Rome. He has a few more meetings. Then he goes back to Rome after, I think about 8 o'clock is when he leaves local time here. And we come back to Los Angeles, too. That's latest for now. Back to you guys in the
We're
studio.
looking forward to welcoming you back, Lynette.
Yes,
Thank you
we are.
so much. We were talking about the papal pizza. Lynette's been showing the cookies and so forth. And this is a New York pizzeria. That's pretty creative with the
That's
mozzarella. And then where's the other
amazing.
one? This
Wow.
is the other one of the Pope.
It almost doesn't look real.
Marinara and cheese. No, they're real. It's legit. Very cool.
You feel bad eating it though.
Yeah. Lynette.